No one stopped. Not the businessman in the grey suit. Not the woman carrying groceries. Not even the couple who looked directly at him. The boy just sat there, in the cold, until one man did something no one else would. It was late November. The wind moved through the city streets like it owned them. The boy couldn't have been more than 12. Thin jacket, worn shoes, red hands from the cold. A small cardboard sign rested beside him. "I'm hungry." People saw him, but they didn't really see him. Across the street stood a 78-year-old man named Walter. He wasn't wealthy. He wasn't famous. But he had something most people rushing by had forgotten. He had time. And he had memory. Because many years ago, Walter had been that boy. Walter didn't rush. He didn't pity. He simply crossed the street. Step by step. Cars passed behind him. The boy kept his head down. "Son, what's your name?" The boy hesitated. "Daniel." "Have you eaten today, Daniel?" A small shake of the head. Walter didn't reach for money. Instead, he said something unexpected. "Walk with me." The boy looked unsure. "I'm not asking you to trust me," Walter said gently. "Just walk beside me." They entered a small diner nearby. Warm light replaced the cold wind. Walter ordered 2 hot meals and 2 bowls of soup. Daniel stared at the steam rising from the plate, as if it might disappear. "When I was your age," Walter began, "I sat outside a grocery store in winter." Daniel looked up. "I lost my father young. My mother worked non-stop." One day, a stranger stopped. Daniel leaned forward. "What did he do?" Walter smiled softly. "He gave me a chance." Walter reached into his coat pocket. Not for cash, but for a simple business card. "I run a small maintenance company," he said. "I could use help after school." Daniel blinked. "Why would you help me?" Walter paused. "Because someone once helped me." Over the next few weeks, Daniel showed up every afternoon. He swept floors, organized tools, asked questions. Walter didn't just give him work. He gave him direction. The diner owner started saving meals. A counselor helped find temporary housing. One act of kindness created many more. One evening, Daniel handed Walter a folded paper. "My first test I passed," he said quietly. Walter opened it. A bold red A. His eyes filled. Not with pride, but with gratitude. Because he knew something powerful. Kindness doesn't disappear. It continues. In a world that walks past, be the one who stops. Walter didn't save a boy that day. He honored a promise made to him decades earlier. And what Daniel became years later is a story for another time. In a world that keeps moving, be the one who stops. Because one act of kindness can change more lives than you imagine. If this story touched you, type "kindness still matters" in the comments. Share it with someone who needs hope today. And subscribe to Timeless Echoes for stories that remind us who we truly are. Because sometimes, all it takes is one person who chooses not to walk away.